Why would a loving and all-powerful God allow evil and suffering? If you haven't checked my other videos on this topic, you can check it out. Somebody's on this profile if you want to check it out. This is the last I'm going to do right now, unless God tells me to do more in the future, do it again. This one is talk about the death transmission. What I'm about to say brings a little more clarity on the fact that the Bible is biological. It's biological because, for example, parents who have issue, especially the mother especially, who has issue with, say, alcohol, drinking alcohol, the infant is more likely to get affected by that and get, say, fetal alcohol syndrome. Any traits of character, whether positive or negative, is passed on to the child, highly likely to. Phenotype, genotype, all these characteristics, the health of the parents, however it is highly likely to affect the child. Things are passed down. Certain good genes or bad genes is passed on to the child. There are certain things that obviously we cannot control. There's pollutants, there's toxins, there's cancers, all sorts of bad contaminants in the atmosphere, in the air, in the food, all sorts of places that we cannot control. And we know that there are things about us, and it's called epigenetics. There are things about us that we can change. Like if you're prone to, say, obesity or depression, suicide ideations, those things, something happened, maybe that was unfortunate, that passed down to us, and certain times that we live a certain lifestyle, a certain way of living, that we become depressed, sedentary lifestyle, we become very obese, right? And then that passed down to the child. So there are many times that because of we make a choice to not be as healthy as we can be, the child gets negatively affected. Likewise, I think pretty similar. Even in the Bible, it talks about it in Romans 5 verse 12. Wherefore, by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin. So death passed unto all men, for that all have sinned. So, evidently, Adam and Eve sinned, and that death was transmitted to us. Some people will say, that's not fair. That's not fair. I didn't do that. I didn't do this. I didn't make a mistake or come into make a bad decision. And why they suffer? Because they made a bad decision. Well, I'll explain to the best of my capabilities. Probably won't answer this in its entirety. Adam and Eve were in a perfect environment, and they still messed up. All right. There's a frame of thought that a theological framework that says that, or theological insight that says that Adam likely was not with by Eve when the serpent came, right, and tempted her, and he was not there to help to get her away from that temptation, or to say to that serpent to get out of here, right? That's a possible likelihood. And if he was there, if he would have been the leader that he should have been, or he was there. Some say he was there, but he didn't say anything. A lot of people do. Things happen because people don't speak up. People don't step up as leaders and do what they have to do. Possibility. That's why, right? That's why she indulged, and sin came into the world after that. But she made a decision, although she was in a perfect environment, many people would say, well, why do I got suffer because of what they did, right? Yet, God never takes away free will. Come on. Now, as it pertains to not just death, but decision making, we all have a choice to make in whatever decision that we want to make. And there are times that we have the opportunity to do right, yet we still do wrong. I'm talking about you got full knowledge of what's right, what's wrong. You know the consequences of doing certain things, yet you still do the wrong thing. Now, was that Adam and Eve's fault? No. I mean, yeah, sure, we're still gonna die. We don't fully understand why we're still gonna die. Why we gotta suffer because of what they did. But often we still make bad choices. And even one sin, wrong, bad choice, is still worthy of death. Uh-oh. Yeah, even with the knowledge that we have, we still make bad choices. And that definitely is not Adam and Eve's fault, because we all have a free will. No one can say, I was forced to rob that bank. I was forced to cheat. I was forced to get drunk. I was forced to curse somebody out. I was forced to hate somebody. I was forced not to forgive. I was forced to lie, to be dishonest, and, whatever it is. We made this choice with our own free will, and we still suffer the consequences. So, and frankly, yeah. And apart from death, that curse of death being transmitted to us, all highly likely, without Adam and Eve having rebelled, chances are that we still would have made a bad choice regardless in our life, made bad choices regardless in our life, right? And also because, the world is affected with sin. There's evil all around us. There's dark forces all around us. And that often we choose, the war is crazy enough as it is, but often we choose to allow things to continue as it is. We choose to allow, let the wicked entertainment continue to be put out there that's influencing people. Let's keep on saying it's okay to sex traffic, and pornography is okay, and if somebody mess with you, talk about you the wrong way, beat them up. That mentality is all over the place. Somebody mess with you, kill them, murder them, stab them. The music that's out there, that's being pushed in the airwaves. We keep allowing these things to be put out there with our endorsements, as we buy the concert tickets, as we go to the movie theaters and watch these certain movies, and buy certain video games, and we indulge, we continue to allow sin in by saying it's okay in various ways. So words of blame going to be put on, other than Adam and Eve. What about us? We're allowing evil to continue. Now, that's not Adam and Eve's fault. When we make it worse by what we allow, by our dollars, where we go, how we speak, what clothes that we wear, all that will show for itself if we truly are against evil or not, right? So for us to say that Adam and Eve is totally their fault, they were in a perfect environment and they still made a decision to turn against God's will. So ultimately, it's our choice what we do. And of course, whatever, if we do wrong, the wages of sin is always death. Whether Adam and Eve would it not made a bad choice, or whether we have still decided to make a bad choice, whether or not they made a bad choice. Free will is not taken away. And in the by and by, and we're going to the heavenly gates for those who are saved. Hey, God knows those who will truly never ever turn against His way. And I declare I'm going to be among those people who will never turn from God's way. Being in the heavenly kingdom, say no more evil. I'm done. I only obey you, God. All right, y'all. God bless you.